Hey, we made it 2 weeks in a row.
And at an earlier time, you have no right to complain anymore. We have too much credit
Yes.
in the bank. We have too
Yep.
much credit in the bank.
So yeah, we might have to do this a bit faster because I'm busy today.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
was a fun episode, so
Yeah, it
we'll
was
try to
so
give it
fun.
justice anyway.
Yeah. Like speaking of fast, it didn't feel like 2 hours.
Yeah, it didn't at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't like checking the time every so often to like see how much time like the other matches had.
Yeah. And okay, so speaking of, it started with a match. Like everyone was immediately surrounding the ring, tag team battle royale.
Yeah, okay. So this was a division flex.
Yeah.
It was just a massive division flex.
And
Like
it's just like, look at all of these teams we have under contract.
that, and some of them don't even have stuff going on yet right now.
Yeah.
It's actually that insane. I am proud of myself though because I managed to name all of the teams that were in the match within the first 30 seconds. So yeah,
So
I managed to find
okay,
out who everyone was.
I didn't I had a hard time like making notes of like some of the first half because like it's a battle royale, so a
Yeah.
lot of stuff's happening. I'm not used to it, but I'm pretty sure this is like the return of Butcher.
Yes. God bless. Welcome back.
He
I missed him so much. The blade is
he
nothing without him.
he looks even better than when he came back last time.
I forgot. I genuinely forgot how scary they look together.
Yeah,
Like these are just two angry men who look like they should be holding weapons at all times.
yeah. And sadly, Blade got eliminated early. I think he was no. Uh, Reynolds was the first one out.
Yeah,
Blade took too much time celebrating and then got eliminated by Silver.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And
he,
Silver, as we'll see later, he took another long while
yeah. The,
to join Reynolds as an eliminated person.
basically, this was like a normal battle royale in the first
Yeah,
half where it's like few spots few spots elimination.
things happening in the background.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly is also made his in ring return. Like, welcome back,
Oh
Kyle.
yeah.
Like,
Welcome back.
welcome back. Welcome back, all around. Welcome
Yeah.
back. Chuck
Like
Taylor as
we
well, even though he hasn't been injured, we just haven't seen him for a while.
yeah, like we've been seeing them on TV but not in the ring per se.
Yeah.
So
There are a
anyway,
couple of themes. First of all, people kept on messing up eliminations and accidentally eliminating themselves or their teammates. Like, did
yeah.
you guys not talk about this? Did you guys not talk about your approach before the match?
I think there was like the gun club. I forgot which brother accidentally lowered the rope
Yeah,
for the other
yeah,
one.
but then the other one, and then they got mad at their dad, which is like
Yeah.
another like in the continuing storyline of the brothers Gun slowly turning against Father Gun, who
Yeah.
by the way came out to the ring in an Ass Boys t-shirt. So like you would turn against your dad if he kept doing the thing that you asked him not to do.
So basically this boiled down to like a six-way battle royale. Wait,
Yeah,
who was left? Uh
Trent,
Harwood, Trent,
uh, Harwood, Trent, Santana, Harwood,
Silver.
Trent, Santana, Silver, O'Reilly, and one of the Bucks. Which one was it?
I think it was Matt.
Yeah, it
Because
was
like
Matt. Okay.
he had the full beard.
Yeah.
So
And
okay, let's see if I remember who goes out. I think it was
it it
Dax. It was
it,
Dax and
it
Trent, right?
no, it started with Trent and Santana taking each other out, like
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
eliminated at the same time.
They
Because like
were on the
we haven't
ropes,
forgotten about
the parking brawl
forgot
match.
that brawl. And like can I just say God bless Trent Beretta. He's been getting so much match time lately and I can't believe my memory of him before he came back was that weird tag team he had, I think on SmackDown around 2012 with Caleb Croft. Is this the same? Like, I can't believe this is the same guy. Like, what the hell? Like, I'm pretty
He
sure he was with La Familia or something.
he had a
Like,
lot of
remember
time
that?
since then.
Jesus Christ, remember that?
He had a lot of
Remember
time
La
since
Familia?
then.
Yeah,
So
and he looks so much better now. God bless him.
yeah. So yeah. They both got eliminated at the same time. And then Silver got eliminated next.
I think it was either Dax or Silver. Because
No,
I
Dax
genuinely don't recall. Oh,
Dax went
Dax went
down
out
with
first.
Trent. Yeah.
Oh no, Santana went out with
I know
Trent.
Santana went out with Trent.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it was Silver that went out first. Cause
yeah,
like, and then we had Matt trying to eliminate Dax, and then O'Reilly was feigning an injury, and then eliminated them both.
yeah. So, spare a thought, by the way, for Alex Reynolds. How does it feel to know your tag team partner is 5 times more over than you probably ever will be? I'm sorry, Alex, man.
No, I
Johnny
mean,
Hungy is just too
ho-
good.
hopefully he has like a breakout.
He
Oh no,
he has had
wait,
singles matches on Dark a couple times. He's looked good.
I think we have it mixed up. I think Dax went out first because like he got kicked by Bobby Fish on the ring
All
apron.
right. Oh, but then Bobby Fish also went out early,
Yeah, yeah.
before the final. Well,
Like I think
either
he,
way, the finish was then taking out Silver.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then O'Reilly,
feigned an
basically
injury.
going into business for himself.
Yeah, like you would do like Kyle. We've been waiting for a big moment from him for
Yeah,
about 6 weeks, like
and
after his
then
debut.
we had Paige coming down after the match.
Yeah, which by the way, it must be so convenient for AEW that the World Tag Team Championship and the World Title are in the same storyline. It's so efficient for TV time.
Yeah,
They must love it like this.
I mean it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then he's there, beating up Red Dragon,
Yeah, but
Box.
a cool little detail is that he actually didn't sneak attack Red Dragon. What
Yeah,
a
no,
face.
he
What a
went,
face.
like they had time to prepare.
They had time to register that he was coming.
Yeah,
And then
and like
and he wailed on them anyway.
they had the advantage of him having to get into the ring.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he still managed to close the distance and wail on them
yeah,
when he was 3v1 down.
yeah.
So,
And the Bucks weren't even doing anything. They were
and
there.
they were like, this is our friend,
Yeah.
right? And then Adam Cole's like, I don't care. But then they're like, this is our friend, right?
Interesting note, like it was obvious they weren't gonna help Red Dragon when Paige
Yeah.
was on them, but they also didn't help Cole when Paige was on him.
Yeah, because you wouldn't because if like the finish of Full Gear is still heavy in the mind, right? They're
Yeah.
like they do seem repentant, and when
No, but
Kenny comes back, he probably will be repentant as well.
no,
And
but,
like
but
the Bucks are ultimately with Kenny, right?
my point is they could have like pulled him off Cole. They could
Oh,
have
but then
done
they were like,
something.
oh,
They
oh,
were just
oh.
they were not doing anything at all.
Okay, so it's clear where it's going.
Yeah.
It's at least clear where it's going, whose allegiances.
Like yeah. Like Cole, I messaged you after it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Cole's choice is made.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it should be obvious, but like Adam Cole looks like a broken man.
Yeah.
He looks like he's torn into like 5 different pieces.
Then Paige had a very fiery,
Fantastic promo.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Like this was a
Fantastic. I
show.
love
The
this
show had
guy.
great promos. Like
He's a champion now. He's the
I,
world champion now.
I think I mentioned it last week that I don't think they're giving him Cole's win streak, but now I'm not so sure.
We're divided on this because I think what's going to happen is that Kenny or the Bucks are going to cross Cole because I don't see him as world. I don't see the world championship in the elite while the
It,
Civil War sorts itself out. Either that or I
and
just don't want to see it
I'm
in
more
that term.
convinced. I'm more convinced of that now than I was last week.
Yeah, like
I'm
it.
more swinging to that side.
I guess the question would be because if you throw the world title back into the elite, then like at least I guess it becomes more predictable who gets it next. Like Cole might drop it back to Kenny or something like that. But but I guess the question becomes if you leave it on Hangman, who does he get after? Like that becomes the question. But like they'll find someone. The Archer thing turned out fine. They'll find
I'd
someone.
rather have the championship out of the elite storyline because, like, I think
Yeah,
you told me this as well. Like, the story doesn't need the title.
yeah. It's the elite. Like they
Yeah,
have like a decade of history. They don't
you
need this.
you can put the title somewhere else where it's needed.
Yeah, and same thing I think to a lesser extent, but like same thing with the tag team championships. Like
Yeah,
the Bucks versus Red Dragon is so good that it doesn't need the It doesn't
Yeah,
need to be about the title. They can do it again in like a year or two. But
yeah,
like the Bucks versus FTR, like they well, that was for the titles, but it didn't have to be for the titles.
yeah, yeah,
It's still the Bucks versus FTR,
yeah.
and like Jungle Boy's having fun with the titles. Like he said, he likes a three-way. So
So up next we had Brian Danielson backstage interview. I
this is
didn't know
the
this was gonna
indie
be the main
preview.
event.
I don't think this was announced like on
I
Rampage like
I've heard
before.
it was on Twitter.
Yeah, like it.
Like
I watched Dark the night before, and it wasn't announced yet. Like it wasn't a thing yet. Well, I guess it
I'm
makes sense because like it's Danielson's world tour of showing children what violence is,
yeah,
and that sounds terrible when I put it like that. But like all of the indie, you could hear all of the indie fans screaming at once,
yeah,
especially the modern indie fans, because
and
now we know that Daniel Garcia is like a dominant indie champion or something.
yeah.
Like he's touring in like a couple different promotions. He had an hour-long match with Wheeler Yuta last year. Imagine that! Like what the hell? And I think he had a world title defense in like another indie promotion against JD Drake.
Yeah,
What?
I think you've mentioned this last week
I
where
mentioned this last night. So
we don't have to be scared for them
yeah,
because like
so like outside of AEW, Daniel Garcia is this like world beater guy. So and now he's against an actual world beater guy, like on a national, like who's proven himself to be a world beater on a national stage, and also is like five times less angry than Daniel Garcia. So like yes, indie fans and myself were immediately like had the sound of screaming all over the world.
so after that, basically this interview was short. It's just hyping up the match.
Yeah. By the way, that's one Tony Schiavone interview that didn't get
Uh,
interrupted. We'll
that
see how
wasn't
many
Tony
more
show.
he does.
That wasn't Tony. Wait, was that Tony?
Not, it was Tony, right? It was
Okay.
Tony.
I was thinking of the Keith Lee interview
Yeah,
later.
it was another interviewer for the Keith Lee interview.
Yeah. So okay, up next to the MJF promo. I think before we get into like what he said, this is stuff. This is like some legacy shit
Is this
in terms
real?
of promo. Like
Is this real?
I was thinking
I have the
earlier,
same question as CM Punk. Is this real?
uh,
Is he lying to us right now?
if he is, this would be so much greater. But like as it
Yeah.
is, it's already great. Like I'm not sure how AEW's future is gonna look. Like I'm not going to predict whether it's going to be big in like 5 years or not. Like this promo, it's like I think we need to acknowledge that it's one of the greatest promos.
It's a Hall of Fame promo. It's
Yeah,
a
it
Hall of Fame.
is.
I don't even know what they're going to call their Hall of Fame yet. I don't think they can call it the Hall of Fame. Like the other people have trademark Hall of Fame, but whoever it is, this promo, not just MGF, but this promo on its own needs to be put in there.
Like yeah, the only thing missing from this is like an iconic phrase or catchphrase because like that's something most of
ADD Riddle Jew Boy like
n-
doesn't travel the best. I
I
don't
don't know.
think.
Maybe it'll stick because like that's the thing for like other legendary promos. Like we had Dusty Rhodes and his Hard Times promo.
Yeah, Austin three
There's the
sixteen.
Austin
Who's
316.
your daddy, Montreal?
I don't know the exact promo when Hulk Hogan came up with Hulkamania.
Less famous Miz.
No, I wouldn't put that there. Is it that was
It
an
was a 1v1.
interaction? Like I'm talking
Yeah,
about like
yeah.
solo. I'm talking about like solo promos.
Oh, Cody's thing right before the first No People Dynamite.
Yeah.
That was cool as well. But
Yeah.
this was,
This
oh my
was
god.
so okay. So basically, MJF comes out and is like almost crying. He's not yet
Yes.
crying, and like he's asking for the music to get cut, but like he's just like saying,
Just
"Oh,
cut it.
just stop it."
Yeah.
I think the people are booing him, and I'm like, I'm already feeling bad because like something feels wrong.
He looks like a sad man.
Yeah, but he still has that crappy tan, and then he's
I
like, oh, okay, so like he's talking about the picture, and it's like he's talking
Nice.
about yeah, it was really special for him because like he didn't have a great childhood, he didn't have friends, people were mean to him, like and like it really felt genuine.
Yeah.
But
Like,
and like I'm not
everything he
doubting.
went through sounds terrible. If it's true, it does
Yeah,
sound terrible.
I'm not doubting that it might not be true. Because like he was a Jewish kid, and like people in
Yes.
the United States can be crappy, especially kids. And like there was a sound to it where like it felt real. But then
Yeah.
you could hear the exact moment it switched back to like sports entertainment promo.
Yeah.
I'm not
Like,
sure if you I'm not sure if you noticed, but when he mentioned that CM Punk left him, like
you
that,
left me.
yeah, that was the switch. Like, okay, this is now promo time. This isn't MJF being real. This is like, cause I think,
Let me just before I go too far, let me just pull it back for a
yeah,
moment here.
cause like I think we all know, or like most of us know, that CM Punk was in fact fired and did not quit. That's like
Yeah.
general knowledge at this point. So like the
Yes.
moment he went into that mindset of like, no, he quit, he left me, I'm mad at him for this. That was the snap. Like, okay, this is now promo time, but you're still left with the emotions from the first half of the promo.
Yeah, like you're still like he's still angry. He's still crying.
Yeah,
So like you still don't know what to make of it because he turned Tony Schiavone.
yeah.
What the hell?
Like
What the
Tony
hell?
Schiavone, biggest MJF hater,
Yeah,
and then
and
the
he turned him,
the greatest part is like the ending when Punk comes up to the ring and he's like asking him, "Is this true?"
and
And
he
then
was
he
like,
comes into the ring, and like MJF's just like, "It's true."
and
He
then he just
doesn't.
leaves.
You can feel he's tired. He doesn't even scream it at him. He doesn't
Yeah,
make an attempt to like trick him per se. Yeah, and this is the first time where he didn't run away. He just left.
he just like popped out of the ring.
Yeah, he
And
didn't.
people like tried to boo him still,
Yeah,
but like no, like I can't. We can't boo him after
like
that. Like we
he
can't do it.
didn't run away. Like he wasn't in a hurry. Like he properly left and just walked away.
Yeah, he just like popped out between the middle and the top and middle ropes, and
Yeah,
he just left. I
I
just have
don't.
one question. Like he said like I want to be like I don't want to leave the bullied kids like and like CM Punk left me or something
No,
like
no, no.
that.
He
And like
didn't want. He didn't want to leave the kids. Not the bully kids. Like he didn't want to leave.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like my only question: what kid is watching MJF as a role model except for wish fulfillment?
You know. Yeah.
I guess like you
I
could live vicariously through MJF.
I mean, there are children in Long Island, so
Oh, okay, yeah, oh, they do like him. I forgot that there's an entire city that's healed in the
yeah,
United States. So
yeah.
like, yeah, but anyway, yeah, face MJF next year. Book it.
I'm not sure. I don't know,
Can you
cause like,
imagine face
he,
MJF?
I know,
No, with
I
a
can
rock nothing theme song.
I can imagine it, but like I think it's not happening now, cause like
What would he
Wardlow.
say? What would he say?
No, you can be cocky and face. I'm not saying I want it to happen, but I'm saying it can happen.
Yeah, that's my
But
question as well because like this sudden because like he was like this last week as well. He didn't say anything. But then my question is like what provoked it? Like what broke him? Because nothing happened. He beat CM Punk. Then the next week he had the title celebration. He had the win celebration. And then like the match got confirmed when Moxley and CM Punk beat FDR. And then the next week he was already what happened? Right? Is did something happen that he's not letting on
no,
or
I
is
think it's
that a
just
sign that he's actually going to trick us
no, because
in
like I think the logic here is that in character he's a jilted fan, and the fact that like CM Punk poured like salt on the wounds from last week by saying like meeting him wasn't special to him, like it was just a normal day, blah 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 blah.
okay,
That that like gave him this reason to like lash out this week. So
okay, okay,
Because like
Yeah,
this
face
this was
MJF.
the first this was the first time they actually explained why he's feuding with Punk. Like it's not just because he was insult.
Even though Punk was the first person to come out, let the record show,
Yeah,
like
no,
at
because
the
like
very start.
like at that time, like we thought it was just like, oh, he's just an egomaniac, and like he couldn't handle not having his hand shook, and like
Yeah,
that makes sense, like in character. But like this makes even more sense.
because CM Punk is actually his hero. Like we
Yeah,
knew that CM Punk is his hero, but now
yeah,
we know that
and
CM
like
Punk actually is his hero.
it's not MJF egomaniac, it's MJF delusional fan.
Yeah, like the actual My Jealous fan,
Yeah,
the My Jilted fan. That's his
yeah,
name, My Jilted fan.
yeah.
It makes you wonder what are they gonna do next week? Like,
I'm
what are
not
they
sure.
what are they gonna do? Like, where do they take it before the match? Like, what
Yeah,
happens here?
I
Because he
mean
has to win the feud now. MGF has to win. He can't lose the
he
feud
can't
after this.
lose. No, even
Yeah,
before I was sold on him not losing this.
yeah.
Because again, two birds with one stone. You build up MJF, and then
You break
possibly,
CM Punk.
yeah, and you possibly build Wardlow after the MJF feud.
Yeah, it's probably happening here. But then the thing is now that's like, how is Wardlow turning against that?
I
Like,
mean, we don't know. Maybe this is a ruse. Maybe there's a
yeah,
thing
that
happening.
I think it's the like this is like my actual in story Cody thing. I still think it's a work. Like it's
Like,
still fake
no,
to me, damn it.
we're not doubting the story, but like it can be used to set up more
Yeah,
heelish stuff down the road.
yeah. Like he could like end the match by shouting it was all a lie. Then he like
Yeah.
low blows CM Punk and beats him or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
So up next, 2.0 and Daniel Garcia backstage interview. Basically, this was a reply to the Brian Danielson interview from
yeah.
earlier.
Can someone please help Matt Lee lower his voice? I don't know. Like I have never heard him sound like lower than like the fifth octave.
No,
Like
that's
please let
fine.
him calm down.
I'm
And
used to it by now. I think it would feel weird if it changes at this point.
yeah, and by the way, that's two Tony Schiavone uninterrupted interviews that he actually managed to go back to Excalibur and the other
Uh,
people in the announce table. So
I
like,
mean,
God bless
it,
him. That's probably his record for his entire AEW career.
it's about to get broken like in the same show.
Well,
So we had Pac and Penta Oscuro versus Kings of the Black Throne.
God bless Alex Abrahantes.
Yeah, like
God bless him.
dude, he's living the best life. Like he's singing the theme for Lucha
Yeah,
Bros,
yeah. And
Penta
then he said,
Oscuro,
yeah,
and
and then he starts the theme with like Penta Sans.
yeah, and like he's just
Penta
having.
Sans.
He's a really good rapper. Like I
He's
don't
doing
know.
pre-match shows with Danhausen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's having fun with his character. It's like man is vibing.
Like, he's just vibing right now. Like, can you
Yeah.
imagine how he's going to react when Phoenix comes back?
Oh, he's gonna be so happy.
He's going to he's going to, and then like Ray Phoenix is also decked out all in black, so he can bring out his druid outfit again. Like, he's gonna have so much fun.
So yeah, we had and speaking of entrances, Kings of the Black Throne, we had Pincer Malachi Black.
I half our audience is going to understand that.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. It's
So,
fine. So they had a fight. They were fighting before the match starts,
I
which
had
means that the
like in
match starts. Yeah, like they
the
were
ticker
fighting.
here the ticker here says like I think they had 8 minutes, but they like had a few minutes before the bell actually rang.
Yeah, of like brawling like
Yeah.
already, and so which means that the match starts and the first move is a 450 splash. Like what? Like what the
Actually,
hell?
yeah.
Like okay, Pac. Okay, mate. Like sure,
Like
sure.
if we had stuff that kept track of this, the first move was in fact a 450 splash.
Yeah, it was in fact like the bell rung, and then the first thing that happens is the 450 splash pin attempt kick out. Like come on, man. Like Jesus Christ! Like there are a lot of cool spots in here. They had the like they were like I forgot if it was intentional that like Pac got onto Penta's shoulders,
Oh,
or like he just got put in there,
no, no,
and
no,
then
that was
Brody King was just like, okay, chop,
the
and it
the chop
results in
into
a
a
poison
poison rana.
rana.
Yeah.
Yeah, and JR's just like, well, how the hell did that happen? And like, you can tell this is a man who grew up in the '90s. Like, "Oh, what are these flips? What are these strange flips?"
It was also like Pac's pump kicks to Brody King. It's like the strikes in this match all sounded so great.
Yeah, like this is just an excuse to put a couple of strikers in the same ring.
Yeah.
Like a couple of like very good wrestlers doing very good wrestling, and
And like this was
yeah,
like we have Pac and like Penta in this match, but like most of this match was pure striking. There was barely any high flying, I think.
yeah, like there was Brody King who was like killing everyone, and then there was like I'm pretty sure Brody King was in for most of the match, right? And Pac
Yeah,
was taking most of the punishment, like
yeah.
the poor Jordy man.
And
So, yeah,
like no thing from like Pac who like used to be in 205 Live. He doesn't look out of place in there with Brody King, who's like huge.
yeah, because now he looks huge, and like he's like killing people with spin kicks, like
Yeah.
and just brutal strikes, and he has like one of those painful looking submissions. So like
So yeah. So okay, so the finish came when like I think Pac was busy with Brody King. They spill out to the outside,
yeah,
and
and then
then
it turns out that Penta Oscuro's powers include mouse content detection.
yeah, so
And
Black was going for the mist, and then it got blocked.
just no.
I'm not sure if it was like he actually was choking on it.
This is how right wing people say that the government stops COVID-19.
Like,
They just send Joe Biden to put their his hands over your mouth.
so like he blocks the mist, gets the roll up, and he actually won. I did not expect this.
Yeah, like and Excalibur says, "Oh, Malachi Black has swallowed the mist." Like, oh yeah, you would lose if you suddenly swallowed poison.
Yeah,
Like, whoops.
I don't know if he was selling it or like that's actually a thing. If you have the mist in your mouth and you don't go through with it, and it feels bad.
Yeah, like it's probably some corrosive thing. So like, and like we like they're doing the canon. They're actually doing in canon what like the fiend non-canon thing did, which like everyone who gets hit with the mist turns healed.
Ah,
So
yeah, yeah.
does that
But
mean that because Malachi Black ingested the mist,
he's going to turn face.
he's going to turn face? So
Yeah,
he's gonna turn face.
it's gonna be a double negative, and now he's turning face.
Yeah, like the rare double turn. Like
Yeah.
they did another double turn. Like
I
they
mean,
can't. Tony Khan
I
can't
mean,
be beat.
look, he's spat at Cody, and now he's no longer employed.
Yeah, yeah. Like what if that's happening to Julia Hart? Like
Oh
what if
no,
he's the next Raw Women's Champion?
she's not gonna renegotiate the contract.
That's the most heel thing you could do. Like Penta's going to Impact now.
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
goodbye.
Yeah. And we
So
haven't even gotten to like the thing that happened after the
yeah,
finish.
so again,
Like
like this
from the
was
moment it
this
finished with a roll up, you knew something was gonna happen.
yeah, and this was also like short. This was like a short match for these people. I'd
Yeah.
expect like 12 minutes minimum. But that was because there was a surprise that we
There was a
actually
surprise.
expected from last week.
Yeah, and like the lights go out, and when the lights come on, you get Muddy Matthews
Buddy Matthews is like in the ring
standing
already.
in the exact same position and the exact same stance as Malachi Black did in his debut.
Yeah. And
Remember?
like, Black selling it as like, wait, why is he here? He's on the ground trying to beg him off.
It's like, oh god, no, no. And is this from PWG? Because I don't remember them doing anything in WWE together.
They had,
They did?
yeah,
When?
they had a
What?
feud when like
Was this main
them
roster Alistair Black?
yes
What?
when
Oh,
Alistair Black had this gimmick where like he was in a room and like he was quote unquote waiting for someone to knock. And like the first one to knock was Buddy Murphy. They had a TLC match 2019.
They had a TLC
No, no, no.
match.
They had a match at TLC. It was a
Oh, okay. They
one-on-one
had
match.
I can they had a
Yeah,
TLC match. Can you imagine?
yeah.
Like he knock, who's there? Tables, ladders, and chairs.
No. So yeah,
But
yeah.
Redux.
So
You're doing it better.
yeah, Buddy Matthews like actually attacks Penta and goes after Pac, and then
Yeah.
like he I don't know if they're going for like the whole brainwashed angle because like there was a point where like
Do
Malachi,
it.
excuse me,
Do it.
Malachi was like slapping him in the face, and like Gino's like, "That's some interesting management styles," and like it is.
This is not optimal for the company synergy right now.
This is not micromanagement. This is
Yeah.
physical harassment.
You're a boss, not a leader right now. I suggest going to leadership training, Malakai.
So yeah, smacks him in the face a few times, and then like Matthews does a weird curb stomp surfboard thing onto the
And it
chair.
looks painful. I guess it looked painful because they did the camera shift right as that's the move landed.
Yeah,
So like it looked that it probably looked a lot more painful than it actually was. I guess it was like a version of the no future, but like the no future actually doesn't look painful at all. And by the way, I have to say this every week: Ruby Soho should have a new finisher.
I
But
don't,
like,
I don't see the resemblance, but anything to get out your hate for the no future, I'm
I
fine.
hate the no future. It's so bad. Like the crowd doesn't even react to it. But like anyway,
So yeah, we have Buddy Matthews. We have a trio for a
which
new
means that
trio.
we are now extremely wet for Ray Phoenix's return.
Yeah, I
We
think
are now
yeah.
so wet for Ray Phoenix. Like, come on, man.
I think this is like a good sign for like his return schedule because like I think they were willing to hold this off if Phoenix wouldn't be coming back soon.
Yeah, because like wasn't like Matthews rumored since October of last year. So like,
Yeah,
were they waiting on this until they dropped the belt, until like Lucha Bros dropped the belts, and then
yeah,
they entered the feud with Malakai? Like, was this what they were waiting for the whole time? Like, did they have to pay did they have to pay Buddy Matthews without him actually doing anything?
yeah. I'm not
I'm
sure, but
waiting
like,
for this moment.
I'm pretty sure that yeah, this is a good sign for Phoenix at the very least. We're gonna get Phoenix back soon, hopefully.
I hope it's next week because this would be a fantastic Revolution match.
Yeah,
Like this, the opening match, like, the opening match. Like, oh no,
yeah.
no, no,
This
like a middle re-energizer, like after like an emotional women's championship match or something.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so up next we had Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa contract signing
Yeah, so like it's like what they
video
said last
package.
week. Yeah, it's always it like where it's actually kind of beautiful. Like wherever Britt Baker has gone, whoever she's beat, it's always come back. It's always come back to Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, like and like I like how this was technically a video package for the contract signing and not the match.
Yeah, so like they can do that now. And but like I guess like still I'll have my gripes about the women's division, but I'll guess I'll get them out now because a really good thing happened later on that I'm really excited for. But like where's Layla Hirsch? Like what's happening to that thing? Like are they
Yeah,
done? Are they not done? Um what's gonna happen to Mercedes Martinez? Are they done? Like there's a lot of things that just aren't following through, and like it's like one of the videos that I think I mentioned this last week. There just isn't an excuse to put a lot of women on TV at the same time because a lot of them aren't in stables.
yeah,
So like the only stable that's actually functional is the world champion stable, and like Rebel and JD Hater on TV every week anyway. So like yeah, like at least things are clearing up. This is a fantastic match. Let's see where the division goes from here. Serena Deeb should keep killing people by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
So up next we had another
Egoist
great
Chris
promo.
versus relatable Eddie. Yeah.
Another great promo. From both
Yeah.
of them. Like okay. I've been down on Chris Jericho recently because he's been a terrible face.
He's been a terrible person. Like he's
As a
just a
face.
horrible guy.
As a face.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean like if you're a heel, you'd probably still be a terrible person.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad if he was a terrible person as a heel.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And now he's
Yeah.
a terrible person as a heel. Finally. Thank God.
Like Eddie, like guys, Eddie just doesn't miss. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't miss. He
Like,
just is who he is.
like he okay, he has one promo style. And it's real talk.
He has one promo style, and it's like he knows that he's just like everyone out there. He knows that like he's like deep down he doesn't believe. Maybe it's true. Like maybe everything that Chris Jericho has said, maybe it's true. But he doesn't care because he's going to move forward despite believing that maybe he can't do it. And like that's the beautiful thing about like Eddie Kingston. So like basically the moral of the story is God bless Eddie Kingston. God
Yep.
bless Eddie Kingston.
So I can't get into details of like everything that they said. It's like there was a lot. This was a
This
loaded
is
promo,
loaded
but
with history. Yeah.
yeah. But basically we're getting Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho on Revolution.
Yeah. A couple of one thing that I didn't realize was that Eddie Kingston was 38.
He
Like
doesn't
jeez.
look 30.
He doesn't look 30. He looks like a really bad 27.
Yeah.
Like that's what he looks like. But like oh my god, he's 38. But then it makes sense considering the kind of experience that he's had elsewhere. Like my only real gripe with this is I feel like it's not about the inner circle anymore.
No, it's
And like
fine.
that's kind of sad. But also at the same time, I feel like Santana and Ortiz are going to figure into this match at
Yeah.
Revolution in some
No,
way.
I'm like less inner circle is fine with me.
Yeah, but like I guess I just need Santana and Ortiz. They did have a tag team match anyway.
Yeah.
But then like
Like
Sammy's still like being an angry child. Like he's
the,
still the angry kid who put his toys down.
the point of their breakup was like they wanted to all go on their own. So
Well, Santana and Ortiz did. Like they haven't made Sammy decide yet.
yeah.
And like what's Hager without the inner circle? To be honest, I'm sorry, Jake. But, like what are you without the inner circle right now?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I think I have to go. Can you handle this on your own?
Oh, okay. I mean, okay. I can do a solo Excalibur. Like
Say, say.
I'll try to keep going with like what they thought about the match. So,
Okay.
if anyone's
Good luck.
watching right now, you're just gonna get me for the rest of the show. So
Bye.
it's fine. Okay. All right. So, right, where were we? Okay. So I do feel like the inner circle is going to figure into the finish of this match. Later on, like after it's over and done with, because like technically, Sammy and Hager are still in there, and heel Jericho can't treat it as finished. He probably is going to somehow either have to take Sammy and Jake with him, or he's going to have to like break off with them as well. And I don't see that happening on Revolution. I don't know how that's going to happen because we first of all we don't even know if Sammy is going to have a match at Revolution. The TNT title doesn't usually get defended at pay-per-views. It usually gets defended on shows before and after. So I guess we'll see how it happens. I'm not around. I haven't been given the controls to the banners. But um but the next thing that happens is I think Matt Hardy, the Andrade and Isaiah Cassidy propose a match against the weirdest pairing I think I've ever come across in AEW. So like Sting and his son Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara. So like, uh, why? I guess Sammy can be like, I guess their face, so it works. They can be friends with anyone, but my main takeaway is that I'm just extremely happy that the HFO slash AHFO thing is finally going somewhere. Because for the longest time, was just a stable that wasn't really doing anything. There was an interminable feud with Orange Cassidy that had no point, except Matt Hardy didn't like him, and such like. So now it looks like I don't know if the stable's going to end or if Andrade is going to replace Matt Hardy as the head of the Hardy family office is gonna become just the Andrade family office, and then Matt breaks, so he becomes broken, and then maybe somehow Jeff comes in and they do one final run as the Hardy brothers. Maybe. I think that might be it because like Matt and Jeff are doing a lot more things recently on their YouTube channel. So next we had Ricky Starks versus Ten. A quick note on Ricky Starks: he said the Revolution is televised, and given that he won this match, the Revolution is actually on pay-per-view as well. So he should probably change his theme song. There was the brief prospect of Ten entering a match that already had Wardlow, Keith Lee, and Will Hobbs, which is like absolutely terrifying. I feel like I don't want any one of them near a ladder, even though I'm pretty sure a few of them are acrobatic. So the thought of all four of them scared me for their injury prospects and also for the kind of spots that they would pull out. But Ten has been deeply angry since he came out for the save against Adam Page a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, both times that he's come out extremely angry on TV, he has lost to, admittedly, kind of superior opponents he's supposed to lose to, like Adam Cole and Ricky Starks. Which, by the way, at least we're seeing more of Ricky Starks on TV. His FTW title defense against Jay Lethal was amazing. I really liked the match. I really liked the finish. It was extremely clean, and I really like that we're getting a lot more Ricky Starks on TV. On the topic of Ten, on Dark the previous night, Ten had a match with this guy named Ben Bishop, and he was 6'11", and he was throwing Ten like we know Ten is massive. He's like the Dark Order's power guy, and he was like throwing him around and like doing all kinds of power moves and everything. And Ten had to fight from underneath and play the little man, which was like extremely weird. Like, how does that happen? But like Ten came through in the end. Um, and yeah, I guess my only concern after this match is that my only concern after this match is that Ten's full Nelson has already been broken twice in a row on TV. So it's kind of not as protected as it used to be. It still finishes jobbers and like low tier people regularly. But yeah, he needs some of his mojo back. He needs a couple of TV wins. Maybe like as one of Adam Page's enforcers and friends. Um After that, the Red Dragon and the Young Bucks came to a confrontation backstage. Red Dragon were arguing that this was always the plan. We'd win the first week and they would win the second week. And basically Adam Cole tried to admonish Red Dragon, saying that they had to get along with the Young Bucks because everyone was a team, which leads me to believe that Adam Cole is deeply delusional. I think he is a broken man, and I genuinely think he's not walking away as the world champion yet because he's too far gone with the state of his friends. Like something he's gonna not see something coming with the finish at Revolution. So it's not gonna be a clean finish, but it's going to make sense story wise. And I feel like Adam Page will still be the AEW World Champion after Revolution. Next we got Jade Cargill versus the Bunny. It pissed me off that the Bunny did not get an entrance. This is the Bunny. She's meant to be a big deal. She was a participant in the quadruple murder that was the last show of the year in 2021 for AEW. The no DQ match between her and Penelope Ford versus Ty J. But um and Jade Cargill's entrance was also scuffed. Like they had the whole setup where she looked like she was supposed to rise out of the floor in the middle, and she took a while, and then later on she just came out with the heel hook. So it looked scuffed to start with, but but the finish of the match was really fun. There was a part of the match where Jade looked like she forgot to kick out, so Mike Posey had to stop his count even though Jade didn't kick out. So that was a bit scuffed, but otherwise it was a fun match where like you really got to show the bunnies like demented brawler persona. Um, she kept taking punishment. She kept like coming at she kept coming at Jade Cargill with absolutely no technique, like almost no technique, just brawling, almost sent her down the rabbit hole. The finish was cool. They had protected weapon versus protected weapon, and unfortunately, Bunny's weapon has been protected less. The brass knucks have been intercepted and or seen more times than they haven't. So so Jade does defend. Um, Jade does defend. Belatedly, I realized that the bunny was wrestling face, which was a bit weird, but at least it shows that he has it in her arsenal. And then I mentioned earlier in the show that I was really excited for this. Jade Cargill's next challenger is Ty Conti. And I genuinely think that Ty Conti might be able to take the belt off Jade Cargill. I could genuinely see this going either way, which is probably the mark of a great and probably enjoyable match. I hope they give it time on Revolution because I feel like those two can do stuff. I bet Ty can force Jade to do stuff that she hasn't shown she's able to do yet. Because it's Ty Conti. She competed for the world title. She's got like actual martial arts pedigree. Um, she can bring the best out of Jade. Um, Whoever goes over, I think is going to be fun. And it would be cute to see the TNT and the TBS title champions be in a couple together. Of course, assuming that Sammy stays the champion. So, backstage, there was a segment where Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs met face to face with Keith Lee. I did not know that they had previous. I did not know that they had the background history. But it turns out that they did, and it's fun seeing people like old indie darlings like reunite with each other and have story. Like the obvious thing is with the Elite and like reuniting after so long. Red Dragon reuniting as Red Dragon after so long. Malachi Black getting his PWG tag team partner, and this is another one of those things. We got a beautiful meaty stare down between Hobbs and Keith Lee. I would like them very much to try to run at each other with Mordlow in the middle at the face of the Revolution match. That would be beautiful. That would be fantastic. I would really like that. Um, and there's promotion for like what was coming up this week. There are two matches that I kept in mind. First of all, Serena Deeb is going to keep killing people. Last week she killed Angelica Risk, who was like one of the most prolific jobbers in AEW. She's on Dark a lot, take losses to people like Red Velvet and Sky Blue. And it turns out that next week, Adam Page, John Silver, Alex Reynolds are facing Undisputed Era. They're not called that yet, but like yeah, Yui's back at least in some form. Yui's back. Yui's back, all right. And finally, for the main event, I really did not have much to say about this match. This was just two very good wrestlers, like among the best wrestlers in the world, being the best wrestlers in the world against each other. I on my notes, you're looking at my notes right now, and I just have this is good. I have nothing to say. It's just good. Like, those are the contents of my notes. Um, you can tell how good Daniel Garcia is because he actually limb worked Brian Danielson. I don't remember anyone who's done that. I I don't recall anyone who's ever limb worked Brian Danielson since the main event of WrestleMania 30. Um, what else? The counters, like in the mat wrestling portion, were extremely fast paced. Like they knew exactly how to counter each other's moves because, of course, they could all do each other's moves as well. Um, what else? We got a load of submission maneuvers. We got a knee bar. We got load. We got a cattle mutilation. We got an ankle lock. All the holds, basically all the holds. A Juji Katami. It's a cross arm breaker. Um, and we got the finish as well was extremely fast paced. Like since Daniel Garcia had been working on Brian Danielson's knee the whole time. He tried to do a dragon screw, but it got reversed into the head stomp spot and the triangle sleeper for the win, which is also how we finished Lee Moriarty. which is amazing. I don't know whether or not he's going to form, like, I don't know whether or not Danielson is actually going to form the stable of young people who are just really good at wrestling, like his Puroresu faction. But I would like to see it. I'm always down for a new faction myself, and I think like seeing this faction would be really cool. Um, After the match, 2.0 came in. 2.0 were extremely salty as always, and they came in with the attack on Brian Danielson, and John Moxley's entrance synced perfectly. When Wild Thing came in, it synced perfectly with him yeeting Matt Lee over the top. It was beautiful, and eventually they set up the match: Brian Danielson versus John Moxley for Revolution, which is going to be exciting. Um, I have no idea in my head what that match looks like. I have no clue what to expect, except that it's going to be fun. So yeah, overall, it was actually a really fun show. It wasn't as fun as the, I guess my favorite episode so far is when like the debut of Jay White and Keith Lee. That show was like, it never stopped, never stopping for me. And the Revolution card looks pretty set in stone now. We got a load of matches confirmed. We got a load of non-title men's singles matches. We got Chris Jericho v Eddie Kingston. We got CM Punk versus MJF. We got John Moxley versus Brian Danielson. We got the title matches. We got everything. And Revolution is, there actually isn't that much hype leading up to Revolution, because I feel like they didn't get enough time with a lot of the storylines, especially the world title picture. But I still expect a fun show. It's always going to be a fun show, and I have I still have faith in AEW that they'll be able to deliver once again. So, yep, that's it from me and Franco as well. We will be back next week. So until then, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again next week.